If I'm with somebody and I'm in love, it is my sole responsibility to get on their nerves a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just like finna just agitate them all the time, but hey, how y'all doing? Hope everybody's been well. My name is Alec Nance. This is Conscious Connect, and today we're going to talk about not taking life so serious. Today's episode is called "Why So Serious." Now, why do I bring this up? Because a life that isn't serious is just so much more fun. Of course, we can still handle our responsibilities, take care of all the things, but just, I don't know, kind of take the edge off of life so things aren't as taxing on us mentally, physically, and we can all just be happy and cut up. So I'm going to go through a couple ways that I've become unserious in my parenting, romantic relationships, and even friendships. So all right, we're going to start with parenting first, y'all. I got my baby here, Kinsley. She just got out of school. She's a bit concerned about her hair. Y'all, please put in the comments how beautiful she is and how good her hair looks, even though it's a little frizzy after a long day of doing backflips on the playground. So let's talk about my growth in parenting. So when she was younger, I was I would say the traditional parent, right? A bit stern, very, you have structure now, but it was more so like just that typical obey your parents type stuff. And I don't even like the term like obey, but those are kind of like those old concepts we grew up with. So I was a bit, and I would say even sometimes a bit harsh in my delivery with the things I would tell her to do. And we were like, that's always my baby girl. I've always like taken care of her, nurtured her, provided, but at the same time, we weren't clicking the way we could have. You know what I'm saying? Because childhood is such a small portion of your life. You know what I'm saying? You're only a kid for a little bit, and then, you know what I'm saying, you're an adult the rest of your life. So I switched it up. One day she came and told me, and she had just did some crazy shit, you know what I'm saying, and I had got onto her like I normally do, you know what I'm saying, and she came up to me, she said, "You yell at me for no reason." And I'm like, no reason? Do you not, what just happened? And it kind of clicked to me, like, we really don't, even as kids, we remember the punishment, we never remember what we did. You know what I'm saying? Because, I don't know, I feel like it doesn't even matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of like just let her go for a while. I let a child be a child. You know what I'm saying? Now, she still has like structure, and like I still have to make sure she gets through life, but I switched up my approach. And honestly, when she told me that, I was taken back because I tried so hard with her. So I really had to go back to the drawing board, and I told her I'd never yell at it again. And I kind of took a few months to go back to the drawing board, and I was a bit laissez-faire as a parent. For those of y'all who don't know what that means, it was kind of like everything went. You know what I'm saying? She was a top priority. I didn't want her to be sad over my parenting style or have any like long-term, issues or way she views life because of that. So I really took my foot off the gas a little bit too much. I didn't give a damn what she did. It was like a good 6-month stretch where I was just taking care of her, still being a dad, but it was kind of like, I don't know, she was a little out of control, you know what I'm saying? Like, she started drawing on the walls, painting on the walls and shit, and I was like, please don't do that. I really didn't care, you know what I'm saying? I had my own stuff going on at the same time, and in the midst of all that, I was going through like a divorce, you know what I'm saying? So she's dealing with all this change. I'm only seeing her half the time now instead of like every single day. So the way I felt like, if we're going to be together half the month, like, we can't afford to be at odds over anything. Like, I want nothing but like peace and tranquility. And she kind of had just like a lot of free time to do what she want during that period. So with that, we switched some things up, you know what I'm saying? Instead of me being like overly stern, I started just letting her know, like, I don't care about a lot of stuff. I'm not even gonna be like petty and pretend I do. Even like when the teachers would get on to her at school, like, I don't give a damn, and she know that, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like, we all have a job to do, you know what I'm saying? And it's my job to give her structure. So even now, if like something happens at school, it's just always school, or she'll slam a door around the house or something like that, getting on my nerves. And it's kind of like I might have to take her iPad or something, and I'm still not mad at it. I feel nothing when I'm parenting. I genuinely feel nothing but like just love. So I take that and I still like kind of coach you, like, keep doing what you need to do, and you get your stuff back. So and that was honestly, that was kind of just like the tip of the iceberg. Like, I try to like raise my kids, and I only got one. I'm kind of 90% dad, 10% big brother almost. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know, man. I'm just like a chill ass dude, and like at the end of the day, she's only gonna be a kid for so long. Like when she's an adult, I still want to have like a good relationship. I still want her to call me and me call her, and we just talk for no reason about anything. It's made her a very transparent with me. She will tell me absolutely anything that's going on in her life without fear of trouble or judgment or like anything of that nature. We have a real good relationship. It's been beautiful watching her transition from the old parenting style to the new, because it's like she doesn't act out at school no more. Like when kids have like a lot to rebel against at home, they'll go to school and do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like just get a teacher a hard time for no reason. But like I say, I still give her structure. I still make sure she's on the right track, respectful, polite, and she's like such a sweet person. But at the end of the day, I respect her. You know what I'm saying? I can't kind of really force anything. I have to kind of guide and explain, but I've watched her kind of blossom into like somebody different. She's super confident now. Like back during those times, she was having problems like with bullying in school, but like now she's like found her confidence. She has so much confidence. Like my baby talk cash shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, she's respectful. I hope she ain't at school cursing and whatnot, but she is very bold, very outgoing, and just not an easy target no more. She was a bit like kind of shy and timid back then. And hopefully I haven't spoke too soon. She'll be 11 this year, and she's transitioning towards those teenage years. Y'all pray for me. I'm starting to see the signs already, but we cool. That's my okay. So next I want to talk about we're still on Why So Serious. How I am unserious in my romantic relationships. I think if you're in a committed relationship, you want to be with a person long term, this is just my philosophy. There should be like almost no seriousness. Like, of course, like I say, we're all adults. We have things that need to be tended to, and yes, you do have to be serious a lot of times because life is like, you got to stay focused, but at the same time, I'm just talking about just the interaction and just like the mindset. When you're like real serious in relationships, you kind of tend to hold things in. You may not hold your partner accountable for everything. Like, I'm the type of guy, I want my partner to feel like comfortable enough to call me on my shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not perfect. I will test boundaries sometimes to see what I can get away with. You know what I'm saying? Nothing too crazy, but at the same time, like, I'm a guy. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if you could like, hey, you need to knock it off. You know what I'm saying? It's better than like holding it in, maybe talk about someone else, or they don't do this, they don't do that. Like, I'm real big on that. Just like, there should be like complete transparency in relationships, and the best way is to like just not take everything to heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, with me, it is my sole, if I'm with somebody and I'm in love, it is my sole responsibility to get on their nerves a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just like finna just agitate them all the time, but I'm gonna mess with you. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you, like, when we're away from each other, I don't want you just thinking about how much you love me. Like, I want you thinking about how much I get on your damn nerves. You know what I'm saying? That's like a very intimate bond. Like, those emotions stick. You know what I'm saying? They're on your mind. That person's on your mind more often. And let me tell you something, fellas. When you see a woman, if she want to kick your ass half the time, you doing something right. You know what I'm saying? You can only... That's a close bond if you feel that way towards one thing. A couple that like, we love the people the most that get on our nerves. I promise you, like, a couple that doesn't like, it's like very serious, kind of rigid, everything's super serious and personal. I bet you they're not having that much adult time. Y'all know what I mean by that. So just something to think about. Finally, I want to talk about like managing friendships this way. So shout out to my boys, man, and all the people I've been friends with for I don't know how many years. I think my friend I've been friends along with is my boy Javion. We've been friends since over 15 years now, since we was kids, and like, we've never argued over anything. Like, I'm sure our values and like, we don't agree about just anything, but it's kind of like it's just a low maintenance friendship. Like, I don't have to talk to this dude all the time. So it's been years. I may talk to Javion, shit, 2-3 times a year. You know what I'm saying? We always catch up for like an hour or two, but and I got a lot of friends like that. All my boys from the military, like, I shouldn't have to constantly check in and hang out with you and all this other stuff for us to be cool. Like, if you haven't heard from me in 2-3 months and we're friends, just know we're just as good as we were the last time we spoke. Like, I'm not one of those people, and like, those kind of people kind of just like bring me down, because like I have my own stuff going. I'm in my own thoughts, my own lane. I don't want to constantly check in. Of course, they say like check on your friends that may be going through something, but like, dude, if you don't hit me up, like, come on now, I got an open line, bro. You know what I'm saying? But that's just like, as far as like being unserious, like, I think just with everybody, this is probably pretty common with all your friends. Like, you should be able to make fun of the people. You should be able to be very vulnerable and kind of just make fun of folks. Like, even with like my brothers, close family, I'm always cutting up, cracking jokes. Nothing is taking offense. I don't step over the line. You know what I'm saying? But I think these things are pretty common. But I'm just saying, like, the way you are with your friends who you're close to and can kind of cut up and joke, that should pour into like all areas of your life, and you'll realize how much you actually like the people you spend your time with. Like, I like my daughter. You know what I'm saying? It's not just like some responsibility I have. You know what I'm saying? She cool. I study her. You know what I'm saying? But that's all I got for y'all's Why So Serious. Catch y'all next time. Peace.